Well, look who just waltzed right into my podcast. If you're here, it's not an accident. This is the Look Up Podcast. It's a place where we discuss how to stay connected and looking up rather than living in the monotony and anxiety of the brain, looking down. We're going to dive into deep emotional healing, spiritual wisdom and experiences, and above all, how to reconnect and stay connected to God, nature, each other, and ourselves. Welcome to the Look Up Podcast. I'm your host, Harmony Sunshine. It's all about the frequency that you're tapping into. Whatever we focus on multiplies. Think about a radio station. The way that radio stations work, or the radio works, which of course I don't know that much about the radio, but the radio program, the music, the talk radio, whatever, it sends out the frequency, and our radio, our car radio, or like the boombox, I don't know if people still use that word, whatever kind of radio you have picks it up. And like when you're turning through the dials, you're like scanning, right? And then when you stop, you're focusing on that channel. You're focusing on that frequency. So like, let's say I want to listen to jazz and I'm scanning, but instead I decide to focus on country. And I don't personally hate country, but I didn't want to listen to it in this moment. And I know a lot of people do hate it. But like, let's say that I did, right? I'm looking for jazz. I really want to listen to jazz, but instead I decide to focus on country. It comes on and I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe there's 4 country stations that I'm able to pick up right now. How is that possible? Why is there so many country stations? It's Indiana, and like Indiana's so hick and close-minded, and like it's like they don't even want you to be cultured and listen to jazz. And instead of like flipping a couple dials to get to what I really want to focus on, what's going to make me feel expansive, I decide instead to focus on this country station. Wow, I really hate this song. Wow, I really hate the twang in their voice. Oh, it's so annoying how they still like use this kind of sound. Oh, it's so annoying that they're trying to mix country and rap. Oh, I just really hate this. And it's like lowering my vibration. It's lowering my like positive energy. It's lowering the frequency. But it's what I'm choosing to focus on, so it's what's coming through. And the more you focus on something, the more it comes in. So like, the longer I stay on that country station, the more I'm going to hear country songs. Maybe I'm driving my car, I've got the window down, and somebody hears the music I'm listening to, and they love country too. So then it's attracting like other people that love country, and it's just making me even more mad. And like, it's just attracting more and more of that. When really, I have the option and the choice to continue scanning and find what I want to listen to, what expands me, which in this scenario is jazz. Not that I am like in love with jazz, but it is a lot different than country. So it's like, why are we choosing to focus on what makes us feel contractive inside? That clenched up feeling. Instead of like I'm literally clenching my fist right now. Like, clench your fist as hard as you can and feel how that feels. And just do that for a minute and then release it. And just allow your hands to like, your fingers to unfurl. It just feels so much better. It's like I'm expanding. We are always choosing whether we want to be contractive or expansive. And it's all about that frequency that we're tapping into. This made me think of a Bible verse. Okay, so it's Philippians 4:8. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. I love that verse. I honestly haven't thought about it in a long time, and it came to mind today when I was thinking about doing this episode. But it lines out all of these beautiful things to put our attention on. It's like this is actually, like, it's literally in there because it's like it's in the Bible, because it's a helpful tool of, hey, this is actually going to make you feel better. This is an expansive way of feeling. This is going to make you feel like letting a breath out, like like a sigh. Whereas like that contractive feeling is like holding it all in, like feeling like tense. You can see this in your day-to-day life. Think about the most positive person that you know. Think about the most negative person that you know. The most negative person that comes to mind, it's probably not the most negative person that I know, but I worked with this person that like was constantly, everything was wrong. Everything that every single person could possibly do to this person was wrong. I can't believe they did that. Why would they do that? That's so rude. And and for my mindset, I was like, oh, I guess I didn't see it like that. Not that I always see things in a positive mindset. If you know me, you know that's not true. But like, I was like, oh, well, maybe this has happened before, and like this just kind of annoyed this person. But then situation after situation after situation arises, and it's all coming out of this frequency, this perspective of everything's wrong, everything's against me, everyone hates me, my life sucks. Oh God, even like saying those words is like heavy. I literally can feel like the weight. Now think about the most positive person that you know. Let me take a minute to think. I don't know who the most positive person is. Why did I say that twice? I don't know who the most positive person is that I know. But the first person that comes to mind is my friend. And the way that she reframes everything. You know what? This bad thing happened, but it's probably not even a bad thing. It's probably a good thing. This is probably serving me in some way. This is going to open doors for me in a new way. You know what? That person, what they said, how they spoke to me, I really didn't like that. But you know what? Maybe I do need to see some of what they said. Maybe it hurt me for a reason. Maybe there is truth in that. Maybe I could learn here. Or maybe it had nothing to do with me. Just gonna brush it off. Whatever you're focusing on multiplies. I remember hearing this pastor, Scott Thompson, say this like example of, just imagine that you're thinking about buying a red Corvette. And you Googled it and you've been like thinking about it. It's on your dream board, blah, blah, blah. You're going to start seeing red Corvettes everywhere you go. And were those Corvettes there before? Maybe. But your awareness wasn't there before. Maybe those Corvettes weren't even there before. Maybe your awareness of it, maybe you tapping into that frequency is literally like people from out of town are like, oh, well, I'm going to drive through this street today. And it's like, just for you, crazier things have happened. So what is it that you want? What is it that you don't want? Why are we giving all of our energy to things that we don't want? The thing today about, actually, I don't know if I said this already or if it was, I don't know, but I was running today and I was thinking about before and after photos, and I was like, oh my gosh, I think this is so annoying. I think it's like really, I get before and after photos, and I do think it's cool to a certain extent, but I also think it can be like destructive, because the way that it's like the comments and the captions and stuff on the picture, sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, wow, you look so much better now. And like, it's almost like who they were before, like just wasn't enough, wasn't worthy of love, wasn't worthy of like someone saying, oh wow, you look so good. And like, I'm all for going to the gym, getting healthy, I mean, sometimes before and after pictures are like people on drugs or whatever, but it's like part of the thing that bothers me about before and after photos is, yeah, it just feels like you're saying, like, if somebody out there sees this photo and they look like you looked in the before picture, or they act like you act in the before picture, oh, well, they're not good enough. They're not good enough until they get to how you are in the after photo. It's just like this weird, like, stigma on it. It's like, I'm glad that you're like doing something for yourself, but at the same time, like, is this coming out of a pure space? Or do you just want to be enough? Do you just want to be worthy of love because you didn't believe that you were before? Okay, that's kind of like, it's that's like another topic. But like, I was thinking about this today when I was running, because it's like, oh God, yeah, like running is, okay, I'm not going to open that can of worms. There's like so many bunny trails I could go on. But I'm like thinking, I'm like, gosh, that's like really annoying. Like, I don't want to work out just for a picture. I don't want to go to the gym just so I can have my body look different than it does now. And I was like, man, I feel like I should, like, I'm going to like make a status that's like calling people out, like, your before and after photos, like, no one cares, or like, I don't know, like something more witty or something. But then I had the thought, like, it must have been my spirit that said, why don't you just not look at it? Why don't you just not be on social media right now? Does social media actually bring you expansion? Does it bring you joy? Does it bring you that feeling? Or does it make you feel like clenched fist, stressed, tight? Like, I'm sure some of you have seen that meme about, like, stop scrolling, unclench your jaw, drop your shoulders, breathe, and like, holy crap, you didn't realize you weren't doing those things until like you saw that meme. I actually love that meme. It comes up from time to time. But yeah, it's like, it makes me realize like how stressed social media actually makes my physical body and my inner world as well. And so yeah, my spirit was just like, instead of like trying to control things, trying to control what people post, why don't you just not be on social media right now? Why don't you just delete the apps? Why am I tapping into a frequency that does not bring me joy, that does not bring me expansion? Instead of telling people, like, don't do what you're doing, don't post what you're posting, don't be what you're being, that's not fair of me to do. So why don't I just like stop tapping in to that frequency? It just doesn't make any sense when we don't want something, but we keep bringing it towards us. It's just really a trip when you really start to think about it. Think about gossip, right? It's like, I just want to vent. But then you're venting to everybody. And when you're gossiping, and I'm talking about myself, I'm not like targeting, or like secretly talking about somebody. When I'm gossiping, it's not a positive perspective. It's not a happy, frequent, not that like you always have to be happy, but it's not like a high like energy thing. It's not a high vibrational, it's not a good frequency, whatever. And then like just talking about it over and over and just rehashing the details, I'm bringing more of that drama into my life. And like, if you don't believe it, think about it. Let's say I don't know anyone named Marcy, so I'm going to go ahead and use the name Marcy. Let's say I don't like Marcy and I'm telling my friend Jolene about it, and now Jolene has an issue with Marcy because I brought it up. So like, I've not only like soiled my own perspective, but like hers as well. And then maybe Marcy like gave me a dirty look, or I thought she did. But like, and maybe I wouldn't have thought anything of it if I wouldn't have like festered on the thought and gossiped about it. But now it's like, anytime Marcy's in the room, I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she's in here. Look at her. Look at the way that she's slicing that. So annoying. And it literally like attracts more and more and more of like that negative energy, that negative perspective about Marcy. And this could be about anything. Like anything that is good or bad. I mean, like a positive thing is like thinking about how my family really loves me. And then I start to like notice ways that they've loved me all the time. Like even the fact that my mom, like, just, I know my mom would never get an abortion, but the fact that she like chose to keep me, nurture me, breastfeed me, love me, like, wow, like how freaking loved am I by my mom? And then I'll start to see this love everywhere. And because I'm starting to see like, wow, my sister, she's always there for me. All of my sisters, I love them. Whenever I call, they give me really good advice, and they really try to listen to me. And because I'm in the frequency of love and gratitude, when I speak to them, it's going to amplify. I'm going to attract love and gratitude. Like I'm going to be in such a good space when I'm speaking to them that it's going to like leak off on them too if they weren't already in that space, and then they're going to be sending me or like expressing to me even more love and more gratitude for me and for my like positive perspective that I'm bringing to them. And like the more that you tap into what you want, the more you will see it. Like I can't be in the energy anymore of life sucks. I'm just going to keep my head down and just do whatever like society says that I should do and like get through it. Like I'm not doing that. I'm not doing the just getting through it anymore. And like if you're listening, like I just like command that the mindset of just getting through life just breaks off right now. We're not meant to just get through life. We're not meant to just get through life. We're not meant to just struggle through our job. We're not meant to just stay together in our relationship and no one's really happy in their marriage, right? Like this is normal. That's not the way that things are meant to be. And I'm not partnering with that anymore. Because as I've said, just to reiterate, the more we partner with that belief, with that perspective, with that frequency, with that energy, the more it comes to us. I'm going to believe that my boss loves me and thinks I'm a really hard worker. I'm going to believe that I am a really hard worker. I'm going to believe that I'm very talented. I'm beautiful. I'm loving. It's so easy to love me. I'm going to believe that I'm a great cook. I'm going to believe that I'm intelligent. I have peace inside of my body. I'm going to believe that good things follow me everywhere I go. As this freaking declaration they used to do at church says, it's like, oh, I'm blessed in the city, I'm blessed in the country, I'm blessed going in, I'm blessed going out. He's made me the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. Like, I'm on top because I believe that I am, because I say that I am. Be very careful and intentional about where you put your energy. Whatever we put our focus on multiplies. So what do you want to see more of in your life? Put your focus there. What do you love? What makes you feel so good? What makes you feel deep contentment in your body? What makes your brain feel at peace? What makes you feel like you're making a difference in the world? What soothes your anxiety? What brings you to your highest joy? Think on these things. I want to read that verse one more time because it's really beautiful and powerful. Let me just pull it up. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent and praiseworthy, think about such things. Thank you for tuning in today. I pray you have the most magnificent day, and you will if you're tuning in to that and focusing on that and expecting that. Much love to you all.